Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 36. We're doing our July wrap-up. It's June 30th, so we're completing our 5th month of this podcast. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hey guys.
And we roped Mike into this one.
You never gotta rope me into it. Never.
So we got me, Kayla, and Mike, and like I said, we're talking July. We kind of got an action-packed July. A lot of movies coming out, some of them interesting. We're going to talk about them. But first, what have we been up to? Kayla, I know you were frantically writing down all the things we've been checking out lately.
I still may forget some, but I got as far as Good on Paper, which is it was on Netflix. What's her name? That woman?
Eliza Schlesinger.
Oh, we watched that too.
Yeah.
We watched the Bo Burnham special.
Inside. Yeah.
Nice.
And then we watched the new Rick and Morty. One episode at least. Loki. That's all I could think of.
Oh, you forgot Buddy Games.
We did watch Buddy Games.
The Josh Duhamel vehicle. Josh Duhamel, I think, wrote and directed a movie and starred. It's something. It's a movie, you know.
See a lot of balls.
There was a good amount of balls. Yeah. Right, yes, we should make that
Just
known.
testicles?
Just testicles.
Yeah, I don't think there were any,
I don't think they were real.
Yeah. Nothing else. There's a large
Is it
plot
like
point.
they're
Sorry.
trying to slip their balls out of their like pants or something?
You don't, without spoiling
How do you do balls
anything.
in a
You don't have to spoil anything. But it's a bunch of guys that hang out, and when somebody falls asleep, he gets teabagged. You know, they do a lot of dick checks.
Let's just say some balls are, you know, a primary plot device in this movie. So it's Oscar worthy, you know, it's up there.
Oh yeah. Is it like an R-rated version of Tag or something?
Kinda.
It's got some Tag vibes. Yeah, it's like the general plot is that all these dudes get together every year and just have like a competition, like an Olympics just between them. Just they play paintball and just whatever. They make up stuff. And something tragic happens, right? And the buddy games are disbanded, and they have to figure out how to get the buddy games going again.
Someone loses a ball. Damn.
Fuck, I said no spoilers, but
Right.
You're pretty close. So yeah, Mass Effect. Also, we're powering through Mass Effect 2.
Nice.
Yeah, that game's cool. That game's real cool, real pretty. Lots of cool. Much bigger than the first one. Really digging it. How about you, Mike? What you been up to?
Watched season 1 of Hacks. There's only one season, but that was pretty good. It's HBO dramedy type series. Jean Smart is like a aged comedian. She's like got a residency in Vegas, and her career's kind of falling apart. So she hires this like young comedy writer whose career is also kind of falling apart before it even began, and it's pretty good. Also playing Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on Switch. Having a decent time with that. You've been checking that out too, right, Eric? A little bit?
No, haven't gotten around to it yet. No.
Oh, man.
I wish. It's on the list. Mass Effect, man, just sucking it in,
Gotcha.
you know?
Gotcha.
How are the load times? I heard some load time issues.
Me as well. I think those are kind of overblown. I haven't really, and it's not like I'm looking at my phone or something during like a 5-second load time. I don't mind it, but yeah, that hasn't detracted me. I'm surprised by how unfamiliar I feel with like the objectives in some of the stages, especially in 2. I felt like I knew that game like the back of my hand, and I'm like, man, how do I drain this fountain? I don't know how to do this right now. Like, so it's been fun.
It's cool rediscovering it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick little piggyback on the fact that you guys brought up load times just because it made me think about it. When we were playing Mass Effect 2, there's no load times. And it made me think you're probably missing out on a lot of like tips and tricks. Like a lot of times when you watched load times, you would say like, "Oh, hey, make sure you I don't know, press Y to do this." You don't get that anymore.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah,
like those
that's
things.
tip screens. Yeah, are kind of a thing of the past. Mass Effect's infamous for hiding its loads in elevator scenes and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it's weird. There's just no elevators anymore in any of the game. You know, it's just
right.
oh, you're there.
Yeah.
No, yeah, wasn't half the lore in Bloodborne like on load screens, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those 45
Yeah, that's
second
interesting.
loaders. Yeah. But I didn't have to experience
Oh,
those.
man, good
I wouldn't have
stuff.
finished that game.
On to July then?
On to July.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot to discuss. Not a huge game or show month as much as a movie month. Tons of movies. Yeah, right off the bat, we got on July 1st, tomorrow, or the day after this hits, actually. No Sudden Move on HBO Max. I am super excited about this one. A caper movie, like a heist movie. Benicio del Toro, Don Cheadle. Give me some of that. You checked out the trailer?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I watched it the other day, and it gave me like Fargo season 4 vibes with like the time setting and just the gangster kind of stuff. And this could hopefully be a better version of that. So yeah, I definitely want to check it out.
Got a hell of a cast.
Yeah, I like everybody that I saw.
Yeah, I mentioned Don Cheadle and
Benicio.
Hey, you just gotta put Ray Liotta in it, and I'm already like, oh, crime vibes. This is a mob movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like even like David Harbour and John Hamm, you know, I think he's playing probably like a FBI guy or something, like from the town. He knows what he's doing. Pretty good.
Yeah, it seems like John Hamm's like fifth fiddle in this movie. Like he just, according to the trailer, like he's barely got any time in it. But yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, David Harbour looks like he's getting a lot of screen time. Seems like he's a big plot point. So I'm excited for him coming up the world. So that's July 1st. No Sudden Move on HBO Max. Then the start of a trilogy on Netflix, Fear Street Part 1, 1994 on July 2nd. So like I said, this is a trilogy. There's going to be 3 movies, back-to-back weekends. You've got Fear Street Part 1, 1994, then Part 2 is 1978, Part 3 is 1666. Yeah, so they're going to follow one story. I think the actors are going to be the same. It seems like from the trailer, the same actors are playing different roles throughout time, or at least some of them. But this is based on R.L. Stine, his work, but it looks like it's R-rated. His Fear Street books were PG-13, probably at worst. But this seems to be like violent, kind of vulgar, maybe real campy. So pretty exciting. What do you think? I know you're not the biggest spooky, scary guy, Nelson, but your lady is.
Yeah, we'll definitely check these out if word on the street, the Fear Street, is positive. Definitely like to check these out. Like to support my boy Stein. I haven't seen anything for him yet. I'm gonna go in blind.
Good.
Yeah, that might be best. It's a pretty detailed trailer. It shows all 3 time periods and everything else, and shows some of the monsters or whatever. So yeah, it probably would be good to go in blind. I don't know how loosely it's based on any of the Fear Street books. It was like a whole series, so it could be just loosely based. But they really hyped it up during that Netflix.
Yeah, I remember those.
Should be interesting. So that's the 2nd, the 9th, and the 16th. So Fear Street Part 1, 2, and 3. Also on the 2nd, coming to video on demand, Werewolves Within. We had mentioned this in one of our early episodes where we're going up video game adaptations. Apparently, this is based on a VR game by Ubisoft. And it looks pretty funny. Like, the trailer was surprisingly good. It's got the lady from it's one of those insurance commercials. What is it? Not State Farm, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of it too. It's not Flo.
I
It's
think
not
she's AT&T.
K.K. Simmons.
She's
Oh, is it
AT&T.
AT&T?
Right.
Yeah,
You're
she's
right.
got like
Kayla.
short brown hair and very like whimsical-y.
Yeah. She's playing like a starring role a long time.
Yeah.
What's his name? Sam Richardson, right? The comedic actor. He's pretty hilarious. I think he's this, second main. But it looks like it's kind of like a Clue, but with werewolves, kind of situation. So, the trailer really got me. I think it looked better than when they said like, oh yeah, they're adapting a VR game that no one's heard of. I was a little, but
yeah, I enjoyed the game Werewolf a lot. So in big screen, well, not a big screen version, but a TV version of that'd be great.
I don't know what theaters it's in. Who knows nowadays, but. I think it's out right now, actually. And then on the 2nd, it comes to video. Yeah, who knows? This is all, the internet.
We're making this list up. No.
July 8th, also on Netflix. Netflix is just doing it this month. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. So this is a full CG anime set in the Resident Evil universe, with Claire and Leon, set between the 4th and 5th game, I think is what they're saying. It's really hard to find how many episodes there are in this. It's real weird.
It's a 4-parter.
Take it as it comes, I guess.
You found 4 parts?
I read IGN's review today of it, and I believe they said it's 4 parts.
Good, because it is really hard to find anything on this, like as far as like an episode length. Throw that in Google and they're like, I don't know.
I was surprised that it's coming out so soon, since during like that Netflix Geek wasn't like the big reveal, just like who plays Wesker. Like they didn't even really show us. Oh, that was for the never mind. That was for the other Resident Evil, the live action thing. Okay, never mind. This is different. There's so many. They're doing a lot of Resident Evil.
They're doing so many.
I wish it could be spaced out a little. Come on now.
It's pretty wild because we just got Resident Evil Village. Now we're getting this. So this is an animated show on Netflix. At some point, I don't know if they've given the date on the live action Wesker show with Lance Riddick at this point, but I think in September we're getting a new reboot of the Resident Evil movie series. They're trying to make it a little bit more tied into the games than the Mila Jovovich stuff. So a lot of Resident Evil.
Oh, that's a different thing? Okay. I thought that was
That is a different thing.
Okay. Man. Capcom making moves.
They're doing a lot. So if you're a Resident Evil fanatic, you're getting all the Resident Evil. Infinite Darkness looks kind of cool. The animation is very it's all CG. It's very much like a cutscene from a video game, but just I guess longer. So
I don't really like that.
Yeah, I mean the character models look good. They're the character models from like the cutscenes from the games and stuff like that, and they got the voice actors for Claire and Leon as well from Resident Evil 2 remake. So they're putting in the work. We'll see where it goes. I've seen the reviews be kind of in the middle on it so far. The early reviews. What did IGN think of it?
I think they gave it a 7, which I don't know. Coming off of like Castlevania, you got to come hard. You got to give me the good stuff with these adaptations. So, you guys gonna check this out?
I'm mildly excited on it. I mean, I like Leon and Claire and love Resident Evil, so I feel like with it being 4 episodes, probably not going to be a big time sink or anything, even if it's bad. If it's a 7, it's fine. What do you think, Kayla?
Yeah, I will watch all of this Resident Evil stuff, but I just wish it was spread out. Like part of the enjoyment is it being sparse, if you will. It's being spread out over years and times and putting this stuff together, and it's just too much. Yeah, not right now. One now.
Yeah, we're getting it, whether we like it or not. So that's July 9th on Netflix. No, sorry, that's July 8th on Netflix. But on July 9th, we have quite a bit. So I already mentioned Fear Street Part 2. That hits on July 9th. But we've got WitcherCon. So this was announced at Netflix Geeked. I didn't put this on your script, Nelson, so... you have no idea what WitcherCon.
I was a little thrown off too. I was like, what?
I'm so pissed off right now.
WitcherCon, a 2-day event, July 9th and July 10th. When they announced it on Netflix Geeked, I was very confused. What the hell is a WitcherCon? They just said, we're going to have a show with CD Projekt Red, the creators of The Witcher, the game series. And we're going to have the creators of the show as well. And have a show with all of them. Have a convention.
Interviews and questions, and I'm sure play games. And
well, I didn't know what it was at the time, but they did release some details, and it looks okay. It looks like it could be some good stuff. Like you said, they're going to do some interviews. Henry Cavill's going to be there. The whole cast is going to be there. But they're doing like some trivia stuff. They're going to have, the CD Projekt Red guys, the Netflix guys do some trivia, talk about their favorite parts of the game series. They're going to play some games, they said they're going to have like a deck of random fan-generated questions and stuff, and they're just going to pull them out at random, ask a random person. And hopefully we're going to get some details. Because Netflix loves their like anime adaptations. There's going to be a prequel anime for Witcher on Netflix, so there's going to be some details about that, and hopefully we also get the release date. We didn't get a release date. We got like the smallest bit of a trailer. Hoping they're just holding it back
for this. They want people to tune in, so they teased them in E3, and then now we're here to see more. But not too much.
We'll see. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I'm eager to... I want to check out Season 2 just to see if they can make it something good without having that cool time-hopping aspect of it. I thought that really kept the show interesting and moving for me. Is that prequel animes tied in with this series as well? Like it's going to be an animated Cavill and stuff like that? Or is it...
I don't think so. They haven't given a lot of details.
We'll have to tune in and find out, I think.
Yeah, man. The details are pretty limited.
I will not be watching WitcherCon.
I'll get the updates.
Yeah. I'm a content hound, so I'll be there. I'll be sniffing it out.
But I'm sure CD Projekt Red is trying to get far away from like cyberpunk as much as they can, and like, yeah, let's talk about Witcher. You guys all like that? Let's do it. Woo. So.
Well, the interesting thing is,
Henry Cavill. Hey.
Right.
I think there's also a cyberpunk anime in the works as well.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I think also at Netflix. At first thought, like, yeah, they should just get away. Like, don't talk about cyberpunk. Let's keep it to The Witcher. But I think that's like already in production, or at least like that deal's already signed, ink's dry, like that's coming out. That's gonna be a thing. So July 9th and 10th, WitcherCon. July 9th, in theaters and Disney Plus, Black Widow. Getting also kind of lukewarm reviews I've seen so far. Scarlett Johansson came out and said this is her final MCU movie. That's it. We've heard that before from other people, and they pop up. But this was highly anticipated. We were going to see this for your birthday last year, Mike. With the time off and everything else, has that lowered expectations? More, where are we at?
For me, with just how I've come off from the shows so far, the completed shows, excited to just see a new Marvel movie. I want to have that kind of experience, with the budget and the casts and everything. Great cast in this movie. David Arbor again, Rachel Weisz, Florence Pugh. To see what they do with the Taskmaster. I think that's a cool villain. I know Josh is a big fan as well. Yeah, I will definitely be paying the $30 to the Mouse Gang and checking this out day one. Yeah,
I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I think I want to go see it in theaters just for that whole experience, like you said. Like, my excitement is definitely lukewarm. I was excited, and now it just seems like I've been anticipating it for so long. It's just like, I'll believe it when I'm sitting in that damn chair watching the movie, and then I'll see what happens with my popcorn.
Yeah, it's like 2 full years almost, right? Since Endgames, or since we saw it like a Marvel movie in theaters, practically. So
I'm eager to see how distant it will feel from like what we're going through now with the shows and everything. How is it disconnected from any of that? Does it feel out of time with everything else? We'll see.
Yeah, because it was originally scheduled to come out before any of the TV shows, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
it's a prequel itself, so it doesn't have too much to tie, right?
I think it moves around.
Prequel in weird quotations.
Because I saw something, it was an interview or an article or something where, man, they mentioned it happened, like at least parts of it happened between Civil War and, man, I wish I remembered now.
Yeah,
but definitely,
and that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like there's parts that are at least like modern as well. So that's interesting.
Her hanging out with Red Skull. Cool. Yeah, eager to see that.
yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. I hope it's a good send off. I hope there's something that kind of wraps it up, and if this is the end of that character, like just give it a good send off. Make it feel like it is part of the overarching story and everything else. That's what I'm hoping for. So, speaking of badass ladies, July 14th, we have on Netflix Gunpowder Milkshake. They had a pretty cool trailer at Netflix Geeked for this, and they've released some other snippets and information and stuff. It's Karen Gillan and Michelle Yeoh. Who else? There's a handful.
Lena Headey.
Yes.
Angela Bassett. Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, so pretty fun cast. Looks like it's got some like John Wick mixed with like maybe Kill Bill vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Birds of Prey. Crazy person protecting a little kid, like trying like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like just a new genre now, I guess. And it looks cool. It's on Netflix. I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I think if it's like Birds of Prey, I'd be into that. Like, I think that's a good comp, or if it's a good comp. Like, that was a fun movie. That wasn't like a great movie, but it was a fun movie, And if this is a fun movie, like in the same way, hell yeah, I'm into it. What do you think, Kayla?
I'm into it. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, the trailer's fun because they're like a group of like hit ladies that work out of like a library, like or something. They're like,
Yeah, I need
they
to turn some
give each other
books.
guns inside of books, and it's like, well, here's an Agatha Christie, and it's just like an actual Agatha Christie book. There's some good jokes in there. I think it'd be fun. Mom from Spy Kids.
Yeah, me too.
That's right. I was like, man, where's she from? Yeah, I hope.
Son-in-law.
It seems like it's building on some lore. Like it, I don't know if it's based on something, like a graphic novel or something, but it seems like it's in a cool world, like whatever this world
baby.
of assassins.
Yeah,
that, like,
I bet.
Yeah, that live in a bookstore or whatever. Maybe we'll see the title Milkshake, So that's July 14th on Netflix, Gunpowder Milkshake. On July 15th, hitting Hulu is American Horror Stories. So this is set in the same universe or what have you as the American Horror Story series that's been on, I don't know, 8 seasons at this point or something. But this is going to be an anthology. So every episode is going to be its own thing. It's going to be, very episodic in that sense. I think it's a good way to go with a series that's been around for 8 seasons or whatever, however many years at this point.
Wow.
They do scares and characters and stuff and atmosphere really well, but those seasons tend to drag, like especially in the middle and stuff. So to just like have, I'm assuming these are probably like hour episodes.
Maybe a few 2-part episodes.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I like these.
It's gonna be a bunch of scary stories. Scary stories tell in the dark.
Yeah. I mean, doing the Twilight Zone thing, but like with a hard H horror, I think it could work.
I would like a good one of those. I was excited for that Jordan Peele Twilight Zone, and then they got kind of middling reviews and never really checked it out. So
yeah, I never gave that one a chance either. I really should have. Even if it was, I probably would have liked it more than most people anyway. I always like the original Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it still holds up. Great show.
So that's July 15th, American Horror Stories, and that'll be an ongoing series on Hulu and FX. The 16th, already mentioned Fear Street Part 3. That'll be the wrap-up, 1666 on Netflix.
Taking you way back.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's like 1994, and then 1968, and then 1666.
Yeah, it like goes back in time.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I think that could be a fun way of doing it.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a Salem witch trials kind of situation that they're dealing with. So, yeah, we'll see. Same day, July 16th, on HBO Max and theaters, Space Jam, A New Legacy, Space Jam 2. I think this was a movie none of us asked for. But what are you guys thinking now? Now that it's here, now that we've seen the trailers, kind of know what's going on. What are you guys thinking? I know you're a big fan of the first one, Mike.
Oh yeah, I have just vivid memories of seeing that first one in the theater and it being like like you had to go see Space Jam as a kid. And if the Lakers were still in the playoffs, I would boycott this shit and I would not see it at all. But since LeBron got booted early, he's off licking his wounds somewhere. I'll check this out. Got to see it for Clay anyway. Clay Thompson's in it, so favorite player.
Yeah, when it was first announced, I was not excited at all. I had no interest in watching it. But now that I have seen the trailer, I remember when the trailer first came out, I was real excited. So I will want to see it.
It looks good. Like it looks at least. It doesn't look silly. Like the animation and stuff looks good. LeBron with the cartoons and stuff look all right. And I like that they're not just doing the Looney Tunes. I think they're like mixing in other like WB properties and stuff. I think you can go a lot of cool ways with that. Yeah, they got.
It'll be fun. It'd be a nice
like the
summer
Clockwork
movie.
Orange gang is in the crowd and stuff like that. It's really weird.
You got it. IP. You said it earlier. IP.
It's king. Yeah.
Oh man, King James, LeBron.
No. La bitch.
Oh no, oh no, not, don't boycott our pod, LeBron. You're our biggest fan. Oh, Space Jam: A New Legacy on July 16th, HBO Max in theaters. July 22nd, we've got kind of a wrap up of E3. It's EA Play Live. So EA didn't make it to E3. They're having their own thing. Apparently, they're going to be rebooting Dead Space, which I'm really excited about. What do you think of that, Nelson?
Oh yeah, do it. Absolutely do it. I can't. If the rumors are true, I can't wait to see what it looks like. I hope it's they do something different, but I still hope that armor is still in there. Isaac Clarke's armor is iconic. The plasma cutter as a weapon is iconic as well. Really excited to see what they could do with that.
I have zero experience with Dead Space. I know basically nothing about it. So I love when they take shit and remaster it because it looks beautiful, it plays beautiful, and I get to enjoy it.
So we think this is just going to be like a remake or a reboot, just like a fresh start.
I think today I was listening to a podcast, and I feel like they kind of said that it was more of a reboot than a remaster. I had been assuming they were going to do a remaster or a sequel. That's what a lot of people, I think, were talking about. But today was the first time I had heard more of like a reboot or a RE2 style, like from the ground up remaster, like same game, but like completely new, more than a coat of paint on it. So that's what I was hearing today. Yeah. So I think either way, like, I'd play any of those, I think. Like, I love the Dead Space games. I thought 3 was fine. People hated it, but I thought it was fine. And, like, so I'll take a sequel. I'll take a HD remaster. I'll take a reboot. Whatever. I'll just give it to me. Just give it to me. Give me more horror games. Well done AAA horror games. And I am excited. Like, Kayla never checked out the original Dead Space games. I've been talking about it like, oh man, they're on Game Pass. I think you'll love these. I'd love to, check these out. Either I'll play through or you can play through, whatever. And just haven't gotten around to it. And now we'll either get a sequel or a reboot or something. So
yeah, now's the question. Like, do we just wait or do we play?
I guess we'll make the decision after July 22nd.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, I would say if it's a newer kind of game, you could definitely dip your toe into at least Dead Space 1. Both 1 and 2 are just classics.
You played a little bit recently, right?
Yeah, I got pretty deep into Dead Space 2. That's my favorite one. On Game Pass, and still holds up. I ran into like some glitch stuff that really soured my playthrough, but up until that point, I was having a really good time. What else do we think is going to be at this thing? Maybe talk some like the sequel to that Star Wars game or something, or
that's what I was going to mention. Fallen Order 2, maybe that would be great. Even just like a little bit, some hints, some like release window or something. That would be really great. I mean, I'm not a huge EA guy. Their sports stuff, solid, but if you just give me, like, if they could do a nice deep dive into Dead Space, like, give me some details, maybe trailer, whatever, just let me know what it is. And then even just hint at Jedi Fallen Order 2. All right, that'll do it. Probably see some Apex Legends too, right?
Yeah, sure, I bet. Before the Dead Space rumor like was becoming like, okay, there's where there's smoke, there's fire. and it was just like a rumor of we're going to, reveal a franchise from EA's past or something like that. So I was going through and I was like looking through EA's catalog, which is fucking vast. They've been around so long. Man, I was like, Road Rash would be cool, or NBA Street. But then I scrolled on the only one, Skitchin. They gotta bring back Skitchin.
Oh my God, Skitchin was EA. Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Thing with Attitude back in the day. I think.
I was
EA
on the
Sports.
Sega. Did I play that on the Sega?
Yeah, it was a Genesis game. Your brother Larry and I, we connected over that shit.
Oh my God. I think that would be the greatest thing. Like, even as much as I want Dead Space and I want all the rumors to be true, if that's not it and it is like Road Rash or something or Skitchin, like
Combine it,
Yeah.
Kitchen Rash.
That'd be amazing. Everyone would lose their shit. Oh.
A few dozen people would, but that's about it.
I just mean people are going to lose their shit, like getting so hyped for Dead Space, and then they're like, "Yep."
Oh, gotcha. The other way. Yeah.
Mirror's Edge. We're doing Mirror's Edge again.
Yeah. No, they buried that shit. They're never gonna make another Mirror's Edge, but.
So that'll be July 22nd. EA Play Live. Hopefully they surprise us. Maybe they'll say Jedi Fallen Order out tomorrow, July 23rd. Who knows? So that's the first mention of anything video game related for July. There is a game I'm pretty excited. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass on July 29th. The Ascent. Kind of looks like a cyberpunky, futuristic Diablo, like an isometric kind of shooter. You seen any of this, Mike?
Yeah, I checked out a gameplay trailer, like Helldiver vibes off of it. I don't know if it's gonna have that same, you could shoot your squad mates kind of thing. And I also got kind of like some XCOM-y type stuff. I don't know if it was how tactical it was, but then it looks like you're just kind of running and gunning. So I don't know how close it'll be to that. But it looks cool. A lot of pretty effects coming off of those, laser blasters and stuff, and cool guns.
Yeah, the world looks really pretty.
Yeah.
The trailer showed some cool sections that were like side-scrolling as well.
Yeah.
Or like 2.5D a little bit, like kind of cool. Because those other isometric games, like basically everything you mentioned, or Diablo or anything like that, like nothing I've played in that genre has a section like that, or even multiple sections, and I think that's a lot of fun. Like if it jumps into like a Contra type situation, but in this kind of, I think it's an RPG. Yeah. I think it seems to be like a looter type,
Seems like you'll have a squad though.
4, yeah, it's like 4-player co-op. I think that's it looks like it's heavy on the cooperative nature. Like they were showing like people setting up like shields and stuff for each other, and maybe buffing each other and whatnot. So sharing powers, that kind of thing. So seems interesting. Seems like a game I'd like to play with both of you.
Is it coming only to Series S and X? Do we know? Is it going to be on base Xbox One or anything? I don't know.
Don't know.
That's a good question. I know they're doing a lot of like cloud-based stuff where they're allowing like Xbox One to play the next gen stuff. Let's see. Let's look that up. Xbox One. Boom.
Oh, cool. Nice. It didn't look like it was something that couldn't run on last gen, so that's cool.
Yeah, so that's the Ascent. I think that'll be fun. I would love to play with you guys. It's been, forever since we've just sat down and played a game together, like a co-op game or anything really. Like, I can't remember the last time. So let's do that. That's July 29th. The Ascent coming to Xbox, consoles, and Game Pass. Also on the 29th. This one's really cool. I'm pretty excited about this one. The Green Knight. So this is coming to theaters. It's from A24. They just produce cool shit. Dev Patel is playing Sir Gawain. So, me and Kayla, we've watched the trailer a couple times now, but we found a lore video. I had no idea, and I don't know if you knew, Nelson. This is like a famous story, like a historical story about like Camelot and King Arthur and all that shit.
Round table.
Oh yeah, well fuck, of course you knew.
I did my research. This is. I want this movie now. I want this movie like in my life. It looks just amazing. It looks like everything I want. Yeah, I did a little researching.
You should watch the video. It's so I think his name is Ralph Ineson. He's a famous actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. English guy, I think. He narrates it. It's like a 5-minute video. It kind of breaks down the trailer a little bit, but it tells about the story that it comes to. It's like Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Like that's the historical story and all of that. I had no idea that this was part of the Knights of the Round Table and everything else, but it's a cool little breakdown. I don't think it spoils anything plot-wise or anything else that the trailer doesn't.
Yeah, trailer be spoiling shit.
But yeah, go check it out. It's pretty cool. I guess there is one copy of the story or book that this is based on that has survived. It was written in, who knows, 500 years ago or whatever. The story's been around, and there's like a legit copy that like a couple different people have translated. George R.R. Martin, I guess, was one. Or no, sorry, it was Tolkien. It was it was Tolkien had done one of the major translations of it, and it just looks fucking cool. Like the added fact that it's part of the Camelot myth and everything, and the Round Table and all those knights and Excalibur and stuff, like that just adds to it.
I love the concept of just like someone showing up like, hey, I gotta fight like your best knight or whatever, and then like, all right, a year from now we gotta fight again and you gotta come find me. Like hell yeah. And there's just so many in the trailer, so many cool like trippy things that he's encountering along his journey, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, seems super surreal. So that's The Green Knight. That'll be in theaters on July 29th. Everyone should go see that one with us. Let's go. Let's go all as a group.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Talk through the whole thing. Bring your kids. Just do it. Also in theaters, July 30th, The Suicide Squad. I think, sequel to also The Suicide Squad or just Suicide Squad?
It's like a whole restart for me. I'm not even going to pretend that the other one exists.
Oh, poor Will Smith, you know? This looks fun, right? I mean, I think we all think the trailers look great, at least.
Yeah, it looks fun. I want to see this one.
I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy level type, squad of hero comedy movie. Like, hell yeah. I mean, hey, James Gunn, it looks like he just had a Guardian script laying around and said, let's just scribble out some names and put it in there.
But what if there's a shark?
Yeah. So have a tree, we'll have a shark. All right, we'll have a
land, water. Okay.
Yeah. I kind of love it. Yeah, R-rated Guardians of the Galaxy. Cool. I'm into it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's coming HBO Max too. So that's gonna.
You're right. Yeah.
Can't wait to see
I
it.
don't know. That might be another one. Might want to like wait a day on Green Knight and do a double feature or something. They both seem to be like in a theater kind of experiences. Maybe, we'll see.
Sure.
I think they're going to be, very similar. So that's a Suicide Squad, July 30th. Jungle Cruise, also on July 30th. This one, Disney in theaters, Disney Plus in theaters. Starring The Rock, Emily Blunt. Who else we got here? Jesse Plemons, I think, is a Nazi in this one. He seems. So,
Didn't know that.
In the trailer, there was like a very small scene of him doing something nefarious, and it looked like he was a very German man. He could have been something else, but he kind of seemed like a Nazi.
He's coming out of a submarine, so you don't really see too much.
That's boot.
This I will watch this. This looks like a movie up my alley. It gave me weirdly, just because of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the Rundown feeling. Like they're in a jungle running from stuff, and that was like an early Rock and Shawn Michael Scott.
Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott. Shawn Michael.
Oh man, Shawn Michaels would have been great in that movie.
So, just reminiscing on the growth and the translation that Dwayne Johnson has had.
Yeah, this one's been long delayed. I think this was supposed to be out last year too, around like Black Widow time. It could be cool.
Yeah,
Do we know if it's is it behind the paywall, or is it going straight to Disney Plus?
I think it is on the Premier Access. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Yeah.
No thanks. I will wait the 3 months when they add it just to base Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
exactly. I probably wouldn't pay for it either.
Yeah, and they're pretty quick. Like you said, it's like 3 months, and then
Plenty of other stuff that I can do in the meantime.
hopefully Christopher Walken, shows up in this one too. So that's Jungle Cruise. Theaters and Disney Plus, July 30th. One other game I wanted to touch on, supposedly coming out in July. We don't have a release date at this point, but it was part of PlayStation's big State of Play presentation months back. It's going to come out to PS4, PS5, and PC initially. Little Devil Inside. Remember this one, Mike?
Absolutely. When I saw this on the script, I was like, "Wait, what? They haven't said anything about it in a year." And because it was like a highlight when we watched that State of Play last year for me. I thought it looked super cool. It has a really cool style. And it seems like you're jumping back and like you're playing the memories of like an older guy who used to be like a hero or something. And you're kind of flashing back and forth between like his weird normal life now being an old guy and back when he was like a young adventurer. It looks really cool. Has a cool style to it.
It does have a very, very interesting style. It looks like very unique and wild, fantasy-ish.
I remember there was some controversy based on some of the enemies in the game. I wonder how much work that was to change some of that. And this weird, like, ambiguous July date still makes me think that Sony might have some kind of State of Play or something in July, and they might shadow drop it, like it's available today or something. What do you guys think about that?
That'd be exciting. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I didn't think about that with the weird ambiguity of the date, but I guess, at this point, we're a day from July at this point. There's nothing other than just it's coming out in July. That kind of makes the most sense to stealth drop it or whatever, because if you're going to delay it or something, you're going to delay it a month ago or, more. You're going to say like, yeah, it's not going to be July. It'll be in the fall or whatever, but Christmas season, whatever. But yeah, everything, all the official stuff still says July. So I like that idea that we're gonna get a state of play and they're gonna say available today. I'm gonna put money on that. We're gonna do that. I like it.
Boom. Machine of Nonsense stamp. Put down. Boom. Lock it in.
Yeah, Little Devil Inside. I'm loving that it's coming to PS4 because, PS5s don't exist. It's a myth.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I'll actually get to play this one.
Get my PS4 out of storage.
Yeah, it's become my Netflix box a little bit, but it deserves to power on and play some Little Devil Inside. So yeah, probably many last rides. I don't think a PS5 is anywhere in my anywhere, just anywhere. Like I said, they're a myth. PS5. PS5, Little Devil Inside, July, ? So that completes July.
There's something you didn't add, Eric. You didn't put Pig on the list. The Nicolas Cage movie, Pig.
You even brought up Pig the other day.
Wow, I've failed all of our fans. I mentioned as I was doing the script, I mentioned that Pig needs to be on the script. It's not on the script. Nelson, let's talk about Pig.
Yeah, so it seems like Nick Cage is on this run of just man who's been fucked with, and instead of his wife, like in Mandy or something, someone has stolen his truffle pig, his trusty truffle hunting pig. He's it seems like he's some kind of 4-star Michelin chef who has
he seems like
backed
a very,
out of that
very
life
special
and
chef.
goes into the just becomes a hermit in the woods. and still cooks, amazing meals from time to time, but now he's got to get his pig back
with his truffle pig.
So, yeah. So
I guess the culinary world is
cutthroat. Yeah.
Yes.
Got to find the best truffles.
So this is July 16th. Pig. Kayla, you are not a Nicolas Cage fan.
I'm not.
What did you think of this trailer?
It didn't take me long to figure out it was Nicolas Cage. He's pretty mountain man-y looking, so he's a little covered up. But even by his mannerisms and the way he moves, you realize it's Nicolas Cage. But it looks interesting. It looks like something I wouldn't mind spending my 2 hours doing. I don't think it'll be very riveting.
You had a theory, Nelson, on this one. We were talking about this when we saw this trailer. Do you want to let Kayla and the fans in on your theory?
He's gonna wind up eating his own pig. He's gonna get tricked into eating that pig, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. The pig seems like it's worth too much. Truffles are expensive.
I think someone's just has it out for Nick Cage in this for some reason, man. I don't know.
Could be.
We forgot another movie as well.
Damn. Just ripping my script up. What else did I forget?
Old M. Night, baby. M. Night Shyamalan.
Wow. You're right. When I was discussing the script with Kayla, I talked about Old. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan, Old, where the beach turns you old.
Yeah.
Looks real cool. M. Night is so hit or miss. This one's July 21st. Cool concept. It looks like a bunch of people are vacationing on a remote beach, and some of them are children, some of them are just middle-aged people, and all of a sudden they're ancient. They're elderly, or the kids are teenagers all of a sudden, and they're aging very rapidly. So, classic M. Night Shyamalan kind of pitch. We'll see what the big twist is. Are we going to get a big twist?
Yeah, sometimes he swings and hits, and sometimes he swings and misses.
Well, yeah, Bruce Willis will eventually come out at the end and be like, well, this island doesn't make me old. I'm unbreakable. It'll just be tied into the Unbreakable universe somehow. No, I'm worried that this movie, I think it has a really cool concept. I don't know if it's going to be able to fill in like a good 90-minute movie or 2-hour movie, however long it is. I don't know if it has enough legs for that. It seems like be a cool like Twilight Zone episode or that American Horror Story kind of thing. We'll see.
Yeah, where do you go with it? I don't know. In 90 minutes, like you said, once the reveal happens, oh shit, we're old.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we gotta, I don't know, hopefully the Fountain of Youth is around here. We're kind of in a place that looks like it. Let's see what we can find.
They're gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah. Well, at least they're not running away from pollen or whatever, so.
Yeah, I've watched an M. Night movie where it's just 4 people in a fucking elevator, so.
Oh yeah, Devil, right? That was that was a movie,
Yeah, another concept where it's like this isn't a movie concept. This is half hour.
Oh boy. Anything else? Any other big parts that I left out?
I think that's it, man. I think other than those 2 huge errors, we're okay now. We fixed it.
Well, I like to keep the scripts to 1 page, and adding 2 more lines would have just pushed it to 2 pages. So sorry, couldn't do it. I'm a stickler for it. Got to be 20-point font. That's it.
Stickler. That was Shawn Michaels' character in American Pie, right?
It was. Yeah. Sweet Chin Stifler. Yeah, that was his name. Oh. Good callback. I knew we'd full circle on that one. Oh, let's wrap up, shall we? Oh, this was July. We got a lot of stuff, even more stuff than I thought. Nelson's so
big movie
thorough.
month. Oh yeah.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, hopefully, whatever, we still got a pandemic and stuff. Hopefully people are safe and whatnot, but hopefully we can get back into theaters. I want people to get out there, be safe, but get into theaters. Like, theaters need to survive. I want to see big movies like Suicide Squad, The Green Knight, etc. Like, I want to see him on the big screen. Black Widow, so.
We didn't talk about Boss,
if you feel
baby.
good, do it.
Seeing that in 2 days.
You're right. Oh, you're checking that one out, huh? Okay. Well,
yeah, we're gonna take
that would have been 3 extra lines. Oh boy. So July, man, really going to be something. Lots of stuff that we can talk about on future episodes. Maybe there will be a character that'll be on future brackets of nonsense. I did want to mention we're now 2 sections done into the bracket of nonsense. We have taken 32 characters and turned them into 16. 16 characters have gone away, gone home. Our next episode of the Bracket of Nonsense is going to be the Magneto bracket. Magneto was our fan vote. So that'll be really interesting. Yeah, we'll get to that. That'll be our next episode. That'll be episode 37. We are taking a short break. So this episode is going to hit July 2nd. It's going to, be all you hear from us for about a week. We're taking some time off. We got people with some scheduling conflicts. We're going to come back in about a week for the next episode of the Bracket of Nonsense, so hopefully you can wait. I've got a small surprise, a little bonus episode I'm going to drop at some point, so you'll still get a little bit of a taste of the Machine of Nonsense. But wait for it. We'll get to the Bracket of Nonsense, episode 37, shortly. This has been episode 36 of the Machine of Nonsense. We covered all of July, everything that's coming out that we're excited for. I'm your host, Eric. I ask you, as always, please follow us on all social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Talk to us on our Monstars Facebook group. That's what they call them. Leave us a voice message at anchor.fm/Machine of Nonsense. And if you're not already subscribed to the podcast, go ahead and subscribe. If you're subscribed and haven't given us a review, go ahead and do that. Give us one of those 5 stars. We'd appreciate it. Join the conversation. We post lots of fun stuff on Facebook and Instagram. We need you for juicy, juicy content. We love doing it. Episode 36. Eric, Kayla, Mike, we're saying goodbye.
See you later.
Bye.